Hey everyone, I'm Josefa Gonzalez-Farrar, a rising senior majoring in criminal justice here at the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. So with my major, I aspired to become a lawyer concentrating in immigration. The reason I chose to become a criminal justice major was because I always was intrigued with the criminal justice system, but I didn't know whether I wanted to be a law enforcement officer or an attorney. There are plenty of other career options that you can take on, not just being a lawyer or a cop. You can become a probation officer, parole officer, detention officer, work as a forensic analysis, work as a state trooper, a sheriff, work at a morgue, work within the social work department, and the list goes on. When I looked at the list, it was a lot of careers that are within this major. Some of the best things about being a criminal justice major is that the professors, sometimes they have the experience. I know that some of my professors, they worked as a law enforcement officer for years. I have professors that were and still working as lawyers, and some that worked in the social work department. So they know what they're talking about when it comes to certain topics within the criminal justice system. So that's really useful. And some of the difficult things about being a criminal justice major is how there are really negative things about the criminal justice system. And you just want to be able to come in with the strong sense of, I'm going to change this and I'm going to change that, so people stop having such a negative attitude towards the criminal justice system. If you are thinking about being a criminal justice major, I suggest you do your research, know what you want to do, as well as being passionate about your career choice. And you are starting to look at colleges, what you want to do in life and stuff like that. Just know that you're doing this for you and no one else.
Hello everyone, my name is Chantel, and I am a senior here at UNC Pembroke majoring in Business Administration with a concentration on Entrepreneurship. My plans are to go back for my master's in Business Administration and Healthcare Administration. I am pursuing this master's so I can have a degree with the said skill. I chose this major because I've always had a leader mindset and I love giving back to my community. I plan to do this by opening up a program for the youth to keep them focused and headed down the right path. The best thing about this major is you can be your own boss. The most difficult thing is the classes are very time consuming and you really have to put in the work. I would recommend for anyone pursuing this major to stay focused and prepared to deal with a lot of math and numbers. What would I recommend to a high school student preparing for college is to not waste time. Yes, you have your fun, but know what you want to do.
Hey guys, my name's Jael, and I'm going to be talking to you today about my major and my career choice. So my major is kinesiology with a concentration in physical therapy. What I intend to do with that major, after undergrad, I intend to go to graduate school, get my doctorate in physical therapy, and then become a licensed physical therapist. And then after that, I plan to own my own practice, and yeah. So other possible career choices for this major are you do not have to do physical therapy with kinesiology. You can do occupational therapy, athletic training, anything sports related, basically, coaching, anything really. Why did I choose this major? I've been involved in sports my whole life, so it's pretty much been around me, and it's something that I love to do. So yeah. Some difficult things during school that I would think are classes. Definitely. There's a lot of science about the body, not necessarily like biology science, but science of the body and how your body works. It's definitely hard, but if you like to learn about it, then it won't be difficult to learn about it. What would I recommend to someone who is thinking about majoring in this field? Make sure that it's something that you want to do, because the classes are not easy. And if it's not something that you want to do, it will not be a good option for you. And what would I say to high school students who are starting to think about college? Um, those who are thinking about college, just make sure that the major that you are choosing is something that you want to do and something that you're passionate in. Because once you go to college and once you start taking your major classes, it's very important for you to like the classes. Because if you don't like the classes, then you're just doing the work and you're just like, I don't want to be here. So just make sure you like the classes because 9 times out of 10, that's what breaks college kids.
Hello, my name is Jasmine, and I am majoring in business administration with a triple concentration in entrepreneurship, management, and marketing. I'm also minoring in sociology. With my major, business administration, I plan to own my own beauty supply store when I'm about 25 years old. I plan to have the brick and mortar in Charlotte, North Carolina. What are some possible career options with some possible career options with my major is you can work in a business firm. You can also work as an accountant because you with the courses at UNCP they allow you to get pretty much the basics of every single last thing from accounting to finance to economics and marketing as well. Um, I chose this major because it's something that I know I can do well. I do not like to take orders from other people, and it's also like a part of me to know like I know I'm gonna be a successful woman, a black woman at that, who is going to be a millionaire, and I'm not gonna have to listen to somebody over me because I will be the boss. Um, the best thing about business administration is you get to network a lot. So there's no way that you would not go a day without meeting somebody new and introducing yourself. And it's like a great way to network and say, hey, this is me, this is my business, this is something I want to do. And with the networking, you can also know a better way to do something. You can learn from other people who made that mistake. And so you want to make that mistake. Something that's difficult is I understand some people can do math, so that's kind of like a struggle with most business classes. It's a lot of math. It's kind of time consuming, and also at UNCP there is the passport program that you have to do before you graduate. So that's also a little bit time consuming, but it's really fun because you get to meet people. That's a part of the networking experience as well. Um, I would definitely recommend a lot of people to do business administration because it's really fun because you don't have to be stuck in the same spot because there's always something new. There's something new every single day in a business firm. You might see the same people in your firm, but there's stuff being built every day, and it's a new way to do a business. What would I say to a high school student who is starting to think about college, majors, and careers? My only advice is to don't be afraid to step out of the box. Don't be afraid to listen to yourself. And you don't have to always listen to what your parents say because they're not living your life. You are living your life. So if you want to be a nurse, that is fine. Be that nurse. But if it's something that your family has been forcing upon you for years and it's something that you know that you're not passionate about, don't do it because that'll be a lot of waste of money. But it'll be a great benefit if you like you're a nurse, you are helping people, but if it's something that you're not passionate about it, then you'll go to work upset and angry, and that's not nice to be in the world. No one wants to have an angry nurse. They're like, why are you even helping me? So that's basically my only advice. Do things that you want to do.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Drasuna Simmons. I am a junior at the University of North Carolina at Pembroke, and my major is mass communication with a concentration in broadcast. So what I would like to do with this major is either work for the radio or be a news reporter. What are some other possible career options for this major? Well, you could do radio, like I just said. You could work for the news. You could be a news reporter, or you could be a news anchor. So those are two different things. A news reporter is the one that goes out, reports the news. A news anchor is the one that sits behind the, like, the camera, and they're the one that's just telling you the daily news. But you know how they switch over to somebody else? That's the news reporter. You could also be a social media manager. You could do HR. You could do any type of managing that deals with being in the camera scenes and stuff like that. You could be technical directors. You could be a cameraman. It's a lot that goes into it, and there's a lot of different opportunities that you can have. The reason I chose this major is because, first, there's so many opportunities in it. Secondly, because I love to talk. I think I have a great personality for it. I also think I have a great voice for it. And it's just something that I've always wanted to do. Just being in front of the camera is really fun without having to, be considered famous. What are some of the best things about this major? I think some of the best things is being able to learn so much. You could be in front of the field, you could be behind the field. You learn how to edit videos, music, any of that. You learn how to work behind the scenes, which is pretty much having to deal with the technical stuff. You learn that. You learn how to work a camera. There's so many different opportunities out there for you. I think one of the things that may be difficult is the work that you have to put into it. Every major you have to study for, but this one you really have to go out and go get your own film. Filming takes hours because you want to get the best shots, you want to get the best angles. You also have to edit. Edit based off of how long your video is going to take a long time. You could be editing for days, for hours. So it is very time consuming. So I think that if you really do want to do this major, you have to be able to put in the work. What would I recommend to someone who is thinking about this major? I would really recommend you know what you want to do with this major, because this major does take you on a bunch of different loopholes because there's so many different opportunities, there's so many different things. But I would recommend also to get yourself out there, to get your feet wet. This is one major where it's not about what you know, it's all about your experience. It's all about who you worked with and how you got there. So I would say that one thing is, when you're in college, you get out there, do many different internships, work with many different people, because your experience matters. What would I say to a high school student who's starting to think about college majors and careers? I would say to do what you love, because a lot of people go to college doing what their parents want or what their family sees them doing. Do what you think is best for you, because at the end of the day, you live your life, no one else. I also would say don't go to college thinking it's a joke, because it's a lot of money put into it. It's a lot of time invested. So I would say that while you're enjoying yourself, make sure you get your work done. But all right, guys, that's it. Enjoy yourself. Have a good day.